Whoa,
All
that
right.
was the fastest intro.
It's a Bitcoin podcast. The only one that's making your money is you. Listen to the Bitcoin podcast. So hold on and listen to the Bitcoin podcast.
Yo.
Hold on. Did you guys like that remix at the beginning?
I
Dude,
didn't notice there was anything different.
wait a second. I gotta pause for a sec. Look at Jess slowly upgrading. Look, you can tell he's got some light situation going on because his eyes are glistening. He's got one of those microphones that Joe Schmogan uses. Golly, this guy over here.
Commitment.
He went from laid at an angle, barely
Back
participating
in the back corner of the camera
Yeah.
with his microphone in the kitchen.
We were like, Jesse, step up to the mic, and he was like, no need. Anyways, welcome to the Bitcoin podcast. Thank you, Luciano, for tuning in for another slamming week of the Bitcoin podcast. I'm the host that talks first, D.
I am the second host, Dr. Corey Petty.
And I'm the third host, Jessie Brogue.
Today's show is brought to you by World Tension. No, it's not. No, we are going to talk a little bit about how crypto got involved in this whole Russia invading Ukraine situation. And now it's Russia and Belarus invading Ukraine. It's weird. Modern warfare is strange because it's like, it's definitely an information war and economic war. And that's showing, right?
Yeah,
And
the like pressures of this war are way more obvious, and their impact this time around, I'd say.
We're living in such weird times. I was having a conversation with my brother about my itinerary to go visit him soon while looking at a video. And I was like, hey, man, I'm sending you this video. Look at this missile getting launched downtown Ukraine. It's crazy. It's like just weird times, just weird times where it's like, should I get Sonic? I don't know. While I decide if I'm going to get Sonic or Burger King, I'm going to look at this war footage real quick, this live real-time war footage. I don't know. But anyways, how's Bitcoin involved? Wait, Jesse, did you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I think so.
That happened so
Yeah,
fast.
he did. Jesse, the man broke.
So, the crypto community all band together, and we were like, hey, you know what? We're going to send some money to Ukraine. We're going to send some crypto to Ukraine. And then we did. Sent a lot of it. And that's pretty much the gist of the story. No,
Dude,
like Corey's got more deets. Corey's got the deets.
I can't share my screen because my computer's messed up, but I was reading CoinDesk. Well, we'll start with the whole scenario. And it's probably not the whole scenario, but basically...
Is it scenario or scenario?
Scenario, I don't know. Tomato?
Potato. Go ahead. Keep
Nobody says potato. No, nobody.
Nobody?
No. But anyway, we have people in status that are Ukrainian. And it's in this situation has affected their ability to work, obviously. And we're trying to figure out how to support them as best we can and understand their situation and see if they're okay and et cetera. And that process, of like asking, this is how I got exposed to most of it, was asking them what we can do. And the majority of the answers to those who could answer us were send money, right? And so there's a myriad of ways that you can send money. And it started out as like sending bank transfers to a specific fund that helps do this kind of stuff. And then I've looked at a few more, and one of the ones that was sent to us is the ability to send Bitcoin. And then out of nowhere, like the Ukrainian government's like, here's how you send money. This is the official sources, and it's like all crypto. And soon after that, we find ourselves at a point where the crypto community has sent just as much, if not more, money than NATO.
And how do you feel about that?
Well, it's awesome that this community is so willing to try and help and give from all walks of life to try and support what they think they should be supporting. And it's making significant impact in global politics. I mean, there's no doubt about it. What we're witnessing is something we're going to know for a long time. This is a global event that everyone understands. And this industry is showing which side they're on by providing a significant amount of economic support. And when in history has this ever happened? Right? Like there's no time in the past of crypto where like this level of it showcases how easy it is to support causes globally with cryptocurrency. And like it got to the point where Ukraine's offering to do an airdrop of like, I don't know the details of it, but it's for those who don't know, like 9 hours ago, Coinbase wrote an article that said the airdrop is officially canceled. But people are still sending money, tons and tons, like millions and millions of dollars to support Ukraine in their attempts to fight off Russia. It's nuts.
So how do they cash out?
That's a good question. So like
maybe they don't.
Like people can't get money in either Ukraine or Russia from their banks. It's really hard to get to the bank and get money. The ruble has just gone to nothing.
Yep.
And if you send someone crypto, what do they do with it? Like how do they
don't have to, Jessie.
How do they do something with it? Well, yeah, we're sending people money not so they can get rich. We're sending people money so they can convert it to goods and services to help them defend themselves.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, what if the pressure builds up to the point where they don't convert it? And they're just like, you know what? We're just going to figure this math out real quick. You need a loaf of bread? I got some ether. I got it from the government.
You know that's not going to happen in ether. You know it's not. Why is it not, D?
Sure, it's the fees.
No, I'm just saying it's like that's when these things happen. When things hit pressure points, you get changes. Point blank period.
True. There is this.
It's the microwave cabinet.
It's difficult. There may be
majority of it
some type of change within the ecosystem that catalyzes the need to actually just use the crypto and not exchange it for fiat.
All I'm saying is,
what is that?
I don't know what that is. I haven't read enough history books to know what that is. But all I'm saying is like it's the microwave cabinet theory of Demetri Ferguson. I actually pinned it, and you can find it in no scientific journals. But what it means is that you don't think you need a microwave cabinet until you need a microwave cabinet. Things don't change until they have to. So if this goes on for too long, where nobody has access to the local currency and nobody can just do basic commerce, that's when change happens. It's like, okay, well, now we need a microwave cabinet. You could put that in the books.
That is going to be lost on so many people who are not your age and an American.
Well, it can go so many ways, right? You don't need stoplights until you got enough traffic on the roads. You need stoplights. You don't need, I don't know. Look at how many things that we just take advantage of.
They don't use stoplights in Spain. They use roundabouts sometimes, right?
I mean,
they use those traffic circles like in the South.
Do you think when they started driving cars, they started using traffic circles? I doubt that. I think that was
but they're way better. They're way more efficient than four-way stops.
Do they? Are they? Are they? Corey's muted. It looks like he's very passionate. Really, he wants to be a part of this discussion about roundabouts. Still muted.
He's trying.
Your computer for.
I didn't realize I was muted.
Oh.
Roundabouts were definitely first. You need electricity.
Are roundabouts that great?
Pretty awesome. Yeah.
I've never seen anybody passionate about traffic control.
I'm not passionate about it. It just seems obvious.
I feel like if you get stuck in the middle of that circle, what are you going to do?
In the middle. It's a round.
It's middle of the circle.
Yeah, there's no middle of a roundabout.
Well, no, like a filled-in circle.
I've seen those really big, giant donuts that you're talking about, and there's like there's lanes, and there's like 6 lanes. What if you accidentally get to the middle lane?
Yeah, and you change lane.
You change lanes.
But what if you can't, and you're just going around in the circle for a really long time until you get to your?
Never happened to anyone in the history of.
Can you imagine? There's this one guy who just got trapped his whole life.
He deserves to stay there. He deserves to stay there if you get trapped there.
I imagine that there's one guy a month that's just like, I didn't know how this worked, and now I'm stuck in the middle. I'm stuck in the middle of this donut, and I can't get back out, and I've now run out of gas. Oh, that's a good question. What if you get in an accident in the circle? You stop the whole flow, or do you just both flow out?
I've never seen an accident in a circle. Or you just pull off to the side, just like, normal, like 4-way or 6, I don't know, 6-lane highway or a six-lane
Yeah,
freeway.
you're very right. But Ukraine, I think that's what we're supposed to be talking about. So on the other side of the Ukraine equation is Russia, who the entire world is basically like, yeah, we're not even gonna give you toilet paper anymore, Russia. It's a wrap for you. Like, we don't want to do anything with you. Well, now Russia obviously has access to crypto, right? And different crypto exchanges are being asked to shut off Russian access. I think Jesse Powell, Corey's doppelganger, even said, yeah, I know you guys want me to not allow people from Russia to trade crypto, but yeah, I'm not about that life. I'm about that crypto life. So whoever wants to trade crypto can trade crypto. So it's interesting. Crypto is being held in the limelight, and then it's very awesome. We're gonna see crypto politicized for the rest of our lives, right? Like, we just know that that's gonna happen. There's always gonna be one side that's like, oh, I want to be rich with a world without crypto, so I'm gonna talk shit about crypto. And then there's the other side of politicians that are like, I actually have a lot of crypto, and I want to be more wealthy, so I'm gonna start defending crypto. We're gonna see that for the rest of our life. So I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? I'm one that's like, yeah, we should cut Russia off until they can act right. Right? Because there's not a lot of sense in just like, you know what? I'm gonna go fuck up that country for no reason at all. At least lie about it. Shit. They were just like, nah, Tuesday, we're gonna fuck them up. That's what's gonna happen.
You've certainly ruined your start of your streak for not cussing in a podcast.
Not if we edit it out.
Don't have that producer yet.
Looks like it's pushed another week, Wayne. Looks like it's pushed another week. But wait about it. Wait, what if I'm singing in the voice of Putin like I just was? Because Putin curses. Everyone knows. Look at his face. Right? So does it count for me cursing if I'm in the voice of someone else?
Don't be like that.
What do you mean? Looks like it's pushed another week, Wayne. Tune in next week.
I don't know. I think because I think in the past month or so, we've seen quite a few people, critics of crypto, change their mind because they've seen censorship across a myriad of different channels affect people's ability to fund their ability to express themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And those who've always been like, this is stupid, there's no use case for this stuff, have changed their tune quite quickly when the only way these people were able to continue doing what they were doing is through being funded through crypto.
Yeah.
And that's legitimizing the very first use case that we got excited about back in 2012. So we still got a while before we get to people like, I'm kind of enjoying watching you try to do this. Still got a while before we get to the point of people understanding the legitimacy of the rest of it, which is massively larger than I can send people money and they can't stop me.
It's better than gold.
Do you ever fix that human problem though? Like censorship, like the phrase, the catchphrase is censorship resistance, right? That's the same way as like my watch is water resistant. It's not waterproof. It's just water resistant. You don't fix the human problem. Like, I feel like if Bitcoin is to become and crypto is to become what's the word we're looking here? Ubiquitous. That's the word. Been studying for the GRE. No, I'm kidding. I haven't. I've just been hanging out with you smart mothers. I didn't say the F part, so make changes. I've been hanging out with you smart mothers. You know, if crypto is to become ubiquitous, there's always going to be, if there's a great enough group of people that deem that it's okay to cut people off when it's appropriate to cut people off, you're not going to stop that, right? You're just not.
Well, it depends on their ability to do so, and That's what I mean. Like the censorship resistance doesn't cut it off. It makes it more difficult and more transparent, at least in the systems that we try to build in quote unquote Web3. It's weakening the asshole's ability to have large effects on everyone else against their will. They can still have those effects, but it's harder. It takes more resources. It's more difficult to hide, because if you look at the majority of the influence of the internet today, it's like most of the real influence is done in the shadows, and it's very difficult to see like where things are funded, and
In the
a myriad of other things. And so the effort is to bring that to the light, so one, like people can react to it according to how they feel they should, and to make it more difficult to do things like that.
Mhm.
Like if you think about it in terms of communities, which is typically how I try and frame all of this stuff, it's if there's an asshole in your community, you want to know who it is, and then limit is a power to like have drastic changing, like accumulate resources and have drastic changes to the rest of the community based on his assholish behaviors.
Yeah.
See, I think I think any system,
Yeah.
This
if
is
it's
in
a
Dad now. Oh, it's like the social filter stuff. But yeah, good.
I think if a system is, and this is a good time to advertise Dad now, Jesse. I'm about to go off, but I think that if a system is truly a good system, then it can deal with assholes, right? I think that
Yeah.
you're never.
Every
I don't know
community
who
has assholes. It's
I don't
just
know who
about
I was in. And by the way, Wayne, that's not my curse word. I was using Corey's curse word. I'm still at one curse word, but
you did like 3 beforehand, but go ahead.
well, it's a BOGO deal. But I was talking to Corey. No, not Corey. It wasn't you. Someone else that I know. And he was like, if there's an island full of people and they all make their own government, everything's gonna go great until one day one of them decides to be an asshole, right? And then it all goes to poop. All goes to poo poo. And I think that's like, I think the better the system is, you can have booty holes in the midst, and it doesn't mess up the show for everybody else.
That's the point. Because you're always like, humans are going to be humans, right? They're going to disagree on things. Someone's going to act out of accordance with the societal norms. And if you're unable to keep that person from ruining the entire community or society or whatever it is, then the rules in which govern that community kind of suck.
I think that the takeaway here is Russia is that person to the world.
Russia's the
It's like
asshole
being
in all
that
this,
asshole,
for sure.
right?
But they have a lot of resources and threat of resources. There are other assholes in the world for sure.
Yeah.
And a lot of places, in a lot of situations, the United States is the asshole. But it's like,
yeah.
What are you talking about? Never. America. No,
you put your background screen as a flag.
Sometimes we do bad things. There was that whole waterboarding thing. Anyway,
like,
I'm sorry.
I don't know. That's the whole point of all this, is to mitigate the ability of assholes to control the entire system.
Word. Well,
and we're seeing, I don't know, I think it is worth repeating. What we're seeing capitulation from people who were previously skeptical around crypto is around the original use case of Bitcoin, which is sending people money. That's it.
Yep.
And we have a long way to go before we start having any type of adoption of any of the other stuff, which I think is equally, if not more important.
Do they have like send Bitcoin over ham radio? Like I read something that exists, but
you can broadcast the transaction via ham radio.
Yeah.
But it's because someone's listening, decoding it, and then dumping it in the mempool for you.
Oh.
That reminds me of the commercial. Did you guys see that commercial that was floating around of guys that make artisanal Bitcoin?
No.
It was so funny. It was like the commercials you see all the time, like buy my artisanal soap, and it's usually a guy who's got like a giant beard and it's got beard grease in
oiled.
it. Yeah, it's oiled.
Certainly oiled and like they have like straighteners you can use now. I don't use any of that stuff because my beard's not that long.
You should grow out one of those masks.
Refuse. It's disgusting. They're disgusting. I'll never have one.
It was like two dudes like in like the overalls like the that you would wear if you were a carpenter, and they were like
Coveralls?
coveralls, and they were like hand hashing, and it was like, get your artisanal Bitcoin here at like something mining, artisanal mining or something. And I was like, that's legendary.
Can't share my
But
screen, so I'd look it up.
anyways, so in a nutshell, Russia's the booty hole of the world right now, and not only that, they're an itchy booty hole. I don't know if you ever had an itchy booty hole situation, but it is an uncomfortable day, and so the world is basically trying to scratch it. The news, ID. So,
What else do I want to talk about?
well,
Do your dad now pitch?
yeah. Here's the thing, Jessie, mostly Jessie, a little bit of me. I've been working on the dad DAO, right? If you guys are uncomfortable, or not uncomfortable, but unfamiliar with the dad DAO, it is a DAO that Jessie and I are building, and we're trying to pay people to learn. That's what it boils down to. We're trying to pay people to learn, and then they build things to earn, right? And there is a nice little relationship we built, but it dropped so late last night that I can't even throw that ether out into the waves. Jessie would have to do that. But it's really quite simple, right? We're the safe spawn of crypto. You play video games. You know what a safe spawn
Safe
is.
spawn. Got it. Yeah,
Right?
okay.
You spawn somewhere safe so somebody can't run and shoot you in the
Like
face.
Only
Lumbridge
FPS
in
folks.
RuneScape.
Huh? What'd you say, Petty?
Only FPS folks would understand safe spawn.
No, RPG people too.
No, they won't.
Yeah, when you begin the
Sorry.
game, where do you
They
start?
will No, they won't. It's only first. How dare you? Yeah, it's
in
the safe
Dota
spawn of
2,
crypto.
where do you start,
and
Corey? Where do you start? It starts with an F. Start in the fountain.
Fountain?
Yeah.
yeah,
What is
it's a safe
that?
spawn. It's a
Safe
safe
I
spawn.
don't need your shit.
So basically it's like this, right? Crypto is only going to become like more and more convoluted as time goes on, and it's going to be harder to get into crypto when the internet knows who I am, and every other scroll on everything that I use is some sort of app or business trying to get me to stake my crypto with them and make APY. And then if you're new to crypto, you're going to be like, what's APY? Am I supposed to buy crypto? What are chickens? Now there's ants. I think there's bees. There's goats.
We should do an episode. I think I'm gonna draw the ridiculousness that is these NFT games. Starting out with chicken.
We've gone from Bitcoin to ants. Everyone's talking about ants, right? And it could be a lot. And then when you really start to pull back the layers of what's popular with what's going on under the, under the hood. Sometimes it's hard for me to find my words lately. You get more sleep. What's under the hood? We're talking about proof of work, proof of stake, consensus algorithms, propagation. Like there's so much. I think Jesse, you were telling me something last week about now blockchains have 6 layers, and I was like, damn, I can't even a 3-layer cake. We got 6 layers going on.
There's
right
3
now?
layers.
There's 3 layers. So if you got
You can make it
you got
6
side
now.
chain, you got 6 layers. As I'm just saying, like there's all kinds of stuff. But what DAO aims to be is a safe spawn for crypto. You can come in there, right? You buy the NFT. It gives you access to the Discord, and it's basically just a walled garden of people who have knowledge and who are gaining more knowledge, right? Who are all learning together, who are all building together. And then there's that added caveat of you can take the tokens and you can actually vote on projects that do develop working groups. Are we calling them working groups still, or just teams?
I think teams. We simplified the names to teams.
Right?
Mhm.
Different teams, if they do have like, oh, okay, this is a product, we want to launch it, we want to make this token, we want to make this thing, we want to blah blah blah, whatever you'd like to do, the holders of the DAO token can fund your project if they all vote to do so. So
The interesting thing is you don't need to pay money to get the NFT. If you join us and just do some simple, mundane task like, include an attribute, there are ways that you can get access to the NFT for free. And if you know somebody who mints it on mint day and they build up like enough reputation, they can actually mint one for you and just send it to you. So there are ways to get in, and it's not entirely economically
It's not a flip the
gate-kept.
NFT game.
Exactly. So there's also the ability to essentially activate the NFT, which soul binds it to your character, your address. And so that'll be an interesting aspect that I don't think I see any NFTs that really do that, which
For those that
force you
don't
to
know what
kind of
soul binding is,
oh yeah, go for it.
I think they're also referred to as non-transferable NFTs. So once I like calling them badges.
Soulbound. I like
It's
calling them
basically
that.
it's definitely soul binding makes it way RP.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Can we get like a little thing to play on the website, Jesse, where
There
when
can be
someone
only
is
one
soulbound,
owner.
like like a voice soulbound, and then they're like, "Oh my
That would be
god,
cool.
this
Like
is
on the
deep."
mint button press, soul
Yeah.
I think I could do hold on, let me see if I could do my best Mortal Kombat announcer voice. Soulbound.
That would be dope for
We need
everything.
a sound pack, a D sound pack.
Yeah. Put it as part of the media kit on the website.
Do you need a job? No, I could do that all day. I should be
I don't have
a
the voice
voice
for
actor.
it.
Being a voice
So
actor would be
get
really
into it.
fun. You could just be really popular in a small niche group of people, and nobody has to ever know that you are famous for your voice. No one. Like, that has to be a great job. Like the people that do like The Simpsons and Rick and Morty, like they could just walk around.
Unless
Like,
you're the guy who sang Chocolate Rain, I'm pretty sure everybody knows his
Chocolate
voice.
rain.
Yeah.
chocolate rain. So let's move along. That Dow, hold up. There we got a banner we want to show you so you know how to get to the website. Right?
Look at you. Banners.
daddow.org. Right? We're getting better at this whole thing, this whole production thing. I can't wait till the Stream Deck works with StreamYard. Dear Lord. Dear Lord. I've already put in a request and they're like, they did the whole like, just wait. Yes, you're gonna love it.
Open up an API. I bet you could do that.
They're like, you're gonna love it, and you're gonna pay more for it.
They said that?
Like
they answered you?
No. I'm just saying. That's what I would say. If
I'll make some API. I'll build some stuff.
Dude, we need to just. Why not? If we help them, they'll help us. That's what I do. So I like to help people, and then they help me in return.
What we got going on here?
So that's that, Dow. I saw something interesting yesterday. I was, on the bidet thinking. Happened to be on Coinbase, and they were like, "Hey, enter to win 250K for staking some of your ether." And I was like, "I got a little bit of ether just chilling, not doing anything." Sure. So I enter this competition Coinbase is having, but in the competition,
I thought you were just throwing things on random staking. I was about to be, oh god, no.
No.
Sorry,
but in the competition said in the fine print, it said, "Hey, we just want to let you know you could lose all of your ether." And I was like, "What? No, But I mean, they wouldn't put it there.
Staking?
Yeah, they wouldn't put it there if it wasn't true. So I'm here to ask you, Dr. Petty, why would staking my ether lead to me losing all of my ether? How does that work? Because that doesn't sound friendly at all.
A few things. Well, first of all, the mechanism for how you're able to access that ether once it's staked and on the beacon chain has not been defined. So how you could get access back to it so that it's liquid again and no longer stake. You can like say release your stake and you stop being a validator and your ether is free and not tied to a specific validator on the Ethereum 2 beacon chain. Then what? What do you do with it? How do you access it? None of that stuff is defined. You can stake.
It's a one-way trip right now.
Right now, it's a one-way trip, and you have Ethereum minted on the Ethereum 2 beacon chain node that does nothing other than participate in validation.
Seems a little bit.
Can't get it out. Can't bring it back.
Did they remove slashing?
What?
Did they remove slashing?
Absolutely not. You can still get slashed.
That's going to be juicy.
Seems a little bit half baked.
No, that was part of the deal. Everyone knew. Well, Supposedly,
Everybody
everyone's supposed
knew.
to know this shit when they stake. And so unfortunately, people like you are like, I'm gonna do some staking, and Coinbase makes these things like win a bunch of money for staking. You might lose it.
You might lose it.
I don't know, man. I've had a half-baked potato before. You start out real moist, and then it gets a little bit crunchy.
I have validators that started on the Genesis block of the beacon chain node because I understood that these things are going to be locked up for a long period of time. And it's risky, but whatever. And I'm supporting this thing because one, like my company builds one of the beacon chain nodes, right? And I've gained from it because the earlier you were on, the more reward you were because there's less validators. And so like I've gained from it. I'm not a tremendous amount compared to the things you can participate in DeFi, but it's something I wanted to support. And by doing it, it forces me to understand it. So like that's also that part of it too.
High risk, high
so
reward,
now,
baby.
Since you did that, you're being forced to understand it, and you're like, "Oh no!" But you'll be fine.
No.
The likelihood, that goes away is very low.
I want to examine this comment that you just made, D.
What?
Like, well, that Corey made in comparison to what you're doing, right? What people are doing through NFTs that are DeFi, right? Which is,
lay it on me, brother.
If I put money into it, I spend time to try to understand it. How many people do you think are trying to understand how pizza, chicken, ants works?
A lot.
No. I'm talking about tools. I'm talking about non-develop. Like, how many people do you think are developers, and how many people do you think are non-developers that are part of that?
Yeah, but I mean,
non-developers.
I want to see where you're going with this, but I have an instantaneous rebuttal.
So when they say that, when you say understand it, what do you mean?
I mean, there are 2,200 people holding chicken right now. There are people playing the Emmy. Like there are people who are developers that are
people's in quotes wallets.
No, there are people. There are people behind those wallets.
You don't know that.
What do you mean?
Well,
somebody can have like 5 wallets.
Sure, but there's that many individual wallets, which is mapped to a reasonable, similarly close number of people.
I'm gonna take 10% off of it.
Whatever. Sure. Go ahead.
1%, 5%. Sorry, I'm just being an ass. Keep going, Jesse.
No, I'm just like, so there are people who are gaming it harder than you're gaming it because they can code and you cannot.
Yes.
So like everybody who's just clicking to play with the chickens, you're going to, like, when it rugs, you're going to get rugged hard.
Well, first of all, Jesse, I've been clicking and playing with chickens for many years. Okay. So I don't think I'm getting game that hard.
He's been wrestling cocks since he was born.
Yes. Listen to me. I've been clicking and cocking for a long time. Sorry, that was so silly. Nevertheless,
you know what I mean, though.
I
for normal people, I would never recommend, like my sister, to play with that stuff. Right? I wouldn't recommend it.
No, there's a level of attention you need.
Exactly.
And this is like how, like, basically the same type of disclaimer or my willingness to introduce somebody to this stuff. Something like early 2017 ICOs. People are like, what do I buy? Can I participate in this ICO or whatever? It's like, how much time do you have to understand and watch it so that when something bad happens, out of 99% of the things that you could put your money into right now, you have the wherewithal and speed to get out of it to potentially save some of your investment.
Yep.
And the answer to that is 0 for most people. The only reason that I'm comfortable doing this stuff is because, one, like, this is discretional funds for me. I don't need it. And I'm learning a lot. And I'm in the ecosystem with a bunch of other people who are paying really close attention to it. So, like, I'm better prepared to mitigate the risk of this stuff failing. And I have expectations that most of it will fail.
You got to learn to be the plumber if you want to make a lot of loot in this space, according to Jesse.
And what Jesse said has a significant impact on a lot of this stuff is that the developers who are building smart contract platforms to monitor and make decisions algorithmically are going to win.
Yep.
In terms of long games. So if you're not having fun and learning and you're trying to make a profit by clicking on things, you're the equivalent of a person on the trading room floor when high frequency traders are taking all the money in Wall Street.
Yeah. Yep. You're the person that's like, did they say buy? They said buy? Okay.
And like the projects that do end up sticking around for a long period of time have potential for individuals to make gains if they want to, but making that decision and choosing that thing is really hard.
Have
I
you ever seen the
personally think
curves?
that like Chicken has a reasonable future of being the go-to NFT platform on Avalanche.
Yeah,
There's a
Chicken.
lot of future ahead of us where that remains to be seen. They're doing interesting things. I like learning about it. The other ones are just like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
But
yeah, hold up, pause real quick, guys.
That's why we do it there.
I got to do
for all
something for the
people-
Google
Go for it, go
SEO.
for it.
Sorry, hold that thought. Just got to do something for the Google SEO.
Oh.
NFTs, decentralization, crypto, NFTs, Twitter. All right,
Price.
Jesse, on you. Price, NFTs, crypto, decentralization.
Exchange, Russia.
Oh, that'll put us on there. Nice. We just got to do that every now and
SEO
again.
master. You can hire me
Yeah.
out for if you want, everyone.
Yep, that's right. All right, Jesse, you have the
No,
floor.
I'm just saying. I think it's good if we expose like how much time is spent. Like how much time is spent with NFTs. You guys are spending like not flipping, but interacting with the NFTs on a daily basis. How many hours? are
Daily
you
basis,
losing?
I spend 1 to 2 hours.
Okay.
Really? Damn, you're going hard in the paint. I spend like 30 minutes a week.
Well, I'm like looking at smart contracts and thinking about things and moving things around. Actually, what's the interesting part about this is it forced me to finally get my act together and rearrange most of my wallets such that I can access them safely from anywhere. And I don't have them like this stuff. There's a couple wallets that were kind of like haphazardly in MetaMasks and stuff like that. So I cleared it all out, started fresh. And so like my access to my funds that I use regularly is way more secure than it used to be.
That's
man.
good.
I'm proud of you, dude.
I will probably guarantee that most people won't do that. And they'll go the opposite direction and they'll just have like all of their funds on one MetaMask or like one seed phrase split across 16 MetaMask accounts, which is like worst case scenario. But I would implore you to do what I've done and find yourself a good hardware wallet interaction and set that up accordingly across the different wallets you use for playing and storing your money.
You really need multiple accounts. Like for instance, we should have like a show dedicated to like just if you're completely new to crypto, right? How do you even get in? And how do you work your way towards being, I guess comfortable?
I think there's
playing
plenty of
with
YouTube content and tutorials for that. We just got to curate it. I think we need to curate it because
that sounds good.
I pity
the fool.
Who is trying to get into this ecosystem and YouTube searches anything because it's gonna all be garbage. The
like
likelihood that the first thing you click on when you YouTube the question you're asking that it's good is gonna be very low.
Yep.
Unless you click on us, we're awesome. But yeah,
So,
there needs to be more content that exists. You gotta find it.
Yeah.
So speaking of wallets, right? There's a lot of wallets out there. I got a wallet right now in my back pocket. I don't even know what brand it is. I got some hardware wallets roaming around too. Don't even know what brand those are. But no, I'm kidding. I know what brand they are. But we have something very special for you audience. My man Jessie got a Keystone wallet. And he's going to unbox it for us live.
You want to do it as a separate segment or you want to do it live?
All the hardware wallets I have on my desk in front of me.
We could go live and then we could turn it into a separate segment. We could edit it out and it could be its own thing. But right now I want the people, I've already said it. So now we kind of have to do it.
All right, let's do it. All right, let me clear my desk real quick. Just talk for like a minute.
You're putting off real young professor vibes, by the way, Jesse. I'm digging the whole what you got going on right now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
You're welcome. So
you got good Asian hair.
Yeah. Some people have bad Asian hair. You know when you see it.
Jesus.
That's just as golden of a quote as clicking and cocking. Sometimes.
So have some brightness here, buddy. This is not.
No, it's okay. I like the mystery of it.
How do you like that? Is that better?
Got some glare. Once you get I think that's better. Don't
I
be
mean,
like.
it's shiny plastic. I don't know. You're not
Hey,
gonna.
let's amplify this thing here.
Dude, you gotta
boom.
go in on this, Jesse. Like,
Oh
it's
my
an
God.
unboxing. The details, bro. Give us some deets. Like, what kind of plastic is that? Is it tight? Is it loose?
It's
What?
pretty tight. It's vacuum sealed.
What's the mill on that plastic?
I think you need to get yourself an unboxing
All right.
knife. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I'll get a knife. Okay, eventually. All right. So here's a Keystone wallet, vacuum sealed. Right.
Ooh, that sounded
All
good.
right.
It's looking
Question
like it's
is
about.
it the wallet or is it the iron?
I'm gonna laugh. If it's the metal plate. All this for that. All right. Hold on.
Okay, so the box looks very
Wait, what?
cereal
There's
boxy.
a strip. Hold on.
So that's
Oh,
an
that's good.
anti-tamper strip, so that you know that it hasn't been sealed since manufacturing.
There it is. Okay.
What the hell? Didn't open.
I go to the. I think you got the Keystone tablet, D. Which we may. Yeah, you got the Keystone tablet, which is a way of storing your seed phrase in something that is not gonna burn up if your house catches on fire
I
or
get it. It's
degrade or have any
cool,
water
I guess.
problems.
What
Yeah,
the
you
hell?
definitely got the Keystone. Well,
So there's two boxes in this big box, small box. There are two more black boxes, and okay, this one's probably the wallet itself. So I don't know this box here. What's in here? Oh, it was like the battery for it and a charging cable, USB charging cable. Okay,
is it USB-C or USB
it is
micro?
USB-C.
Nice.
Here.
By the way, I know all these answers because I have one. But
Oh, you're cool. All right, there you go. There's the USB-C cable.
add it to your collection if you get one.
Here's the battery. And then there's some security tape on the second box.
Only you had an unboxing knife.
I know. That's fine.
Whoever's watching who sells knives, you can sponsor us to give us unboxing knives.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good idea. All right, so there's a little certificate that says this. You sign what you see.
Got a coupon code. Is that a scratch off?
It looks like it is a scratch off. Do you want me to scratch it off?
No, I don't remember seeing that.
No.
Okay.
We'll do that. We'll maybe use the coupon code for later.
Okay. And then the other box just has the wallet, and then it looks like there's a manual in here. So here's the wallet. You sign what you see.
What's
got,
that?
Laminate.
That's in the box. That black box in the box.
So
the other box.
Right here? This is a manual.
No. Like the other boxes. It looks like there's a box in that box where the cable is.
That's the battery.
Ah, okay.
It's battery right here. Yeah. See?
Rechargeable battery.
The battery. Okay.
Lithium ion.
Yep.
Can you take that on a plane? Okay.
I did.
Battery.
So here's the manual.
The beginner guide.
Beginner guide. Security manual, product list.
Okay. Be careful showing the words. You don't want to show none of that.
Words don't come on. You don't get the hardware wallet should never, ever come with words.
I know.
If your hardware wallet comes with words, you're getting scammed.
No. All right. So here's the wallet itself. Looks like you have a camera on the back, and this might be a thumbprint scanner, maybe. Yeah.
Fingerprint.
That's sleek.
Yeah, fingerprint. On the side, there should be a micro SD.
That's what I was supposed to get. I got a metal plate. So thanks, Keystone team.
All right, cool.
That's it. Audience, if you liked what you saw, go ahead and understand that we're going to be giving away 2 of these. Not 1, but 2. That's twice as good as 1. Right? So what's going to happen here real shortly? On the next episode, we're going to start the contest, and we're going to run this contest until we're done with doing the Bitcoin podcast episodes. And at that time, you will be eligible to win one of these Keystones if you follow the instructions we release on the next episode. So you bet.
What?
What? What
episode is this?
380 something? I don't know.
If we're gonna wait over 14 weeks to finish this thing.
You
You
want
mean
to
to get
just?
to 400?
You don't want to go to 400?
Not to wait to give this thing away. No, let's do it for a few weeks.
I was gonna make them wait so that when they got it, they'd be really appreciative.
We ain't doing that. We'll do more.
Oh,
I'm gonna just give it away this week.
No, we got to give people some time.
Oh, okay.
we still got to give away those
Give people
Cheetos.
some
We
time
still
to
got
listen.
we still got
and
Cheetos.
figure it out. Yeah, okay, we'll get to that. Cheetos can carry over to hashing it out. We're not getting that many subscribers before 400.
So many Cheetos. Okay, so yeah, if you liked what you saw, you could, if you follow the easiest directions that will be upcoming, enter yourself to get a chance to win one of those keystones, right? And not like the keystone that I got, which was just a metal piece of paper, a piece of metal, not a metal piece of paper. That's not a thing. But
on there,
you
I
good?
got it.
You got
Yep,
it?
we're good. Yep, fixed it.
that's
Camera one.
$170 or $169
Camera one.
for the
Ooh.
Keystone Pro.
Is that
Mhm.
what we got? Did we get the Pro or the Essential?
I think you got the Pro.
You got the
The-
Pro because it comes with a battery.
Oh,
The
okay.
Essential does not come with the battery.
Keystone Ultimate comes with another additional. The Ultimate comes with the tablet, which was what D got. It's a metal
Mhm.
seed phrase storage, and the what's this thing called? I think the Plus. I think it's the Keystone 10. No, what is this thing called? It's some
Maybe
type
your
of
thing's
like.
still in the mail, D.
I think it's an infrared
Yeah, maybe it's at the post office.
full
or
aluminum
something.
body.
Maybe that's why you got the
I'm looking
metal
at the
thing
website right
first.
now.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that could be. Maybe it's 2 packages. You could be right.
I know
about
there's no
that.
Ultimate, that's for sure. They said production's not until 2023.
Ultra.
Yeah, I'm looking. It's basically the Ultimate comes with this thing in which you store your keystone, and I'm pretty sure it's a Faraday cage.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool.
That's also probably like waterproof and like drop resistant stuff like that.
Is it flexible? Like a
No.
like a bag? No. Okay.
No,
Rigid.
it's a hard case. I'm looking at the
Okay.
shop right now.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm looking down.
Got it. Are you looking at it on your Cintiq?
Okay. Well,
It's dope. This thing is extra dope.
Well, there's not a whole lot going on in crypto right now. It's a bear market, right? So, if for those of you that are unfamiliar with bear markets, they run low on exciting news. I know there's a lot of people out there that would disagree with me on that, but this is not my first rodeo, so there's not a lot of things that are exciting me. Even at this point, if it was like every single Kroger is now accepting Bitcoin, I would just be like, oh, cool. Yeah. Right. Like I'm just at that point now. It's like,
Right on.
yeah. But I guess what is a milestone for me personally is now, almost 10 years after getting involved in crypto, family members and confidants are starting to be a lot more open-minded to how the guts work, which is a good sign. Things take a long time.
Yeah, at the same
which-
time though, they're like throwing money on things and
Yeah.
asking you about questions that you don't.
How
really
can I
wanna
get in
look
a
into.
chicken?
Not even that. Like someone asked me the
No?
other day, have you heard of what was the name of this stupid ass project? One second.
Yeah.
Something Inu.
Is Spank
Not
Chain still hanging
not
in
Shiba
there?
Inu. Yeah, they were at DEF CON.
Akita Inu.
That might be what it was.
Yeah, it's
It's on Algorand. It's a ASA.
Nope, Zelda Inu.
Oh, that's so dumb. They're all
What's
dumb.
Inu even mean?
All of them. Dog, Japanese. It's a type breed.
And so the whole thing is to try and like support dogs, but it's built in such a way where it's like,
Nope.
this is a rug
Yeah.
pull. This is a scam.
Yeah. That's yeah. Yep.
There's a lot of like buzzword vomit all over it.
Yep.
It's like we've got crypto economics just to secure your gains. Like it's
Look, I got look, this isn't a scam at all. I'm gonna post my public address and you can just send money there if you're trying to throw it away.
Who is it that put the like nothing? It's like the nothing DAO or whatever it was, the nothing project. It was like,
I know what you're talking about.
don't send less than 10 to get your to get whitelisted to get nothing. Because I ain't giving you shit. There's a whole tweet that was pretty good about like using the standard marketing tactics to basically ensure that he's not going to do anything.
Well,
yeah, we can wrap it up. It's 50 minutes.
Yeah, let's rapidly wrap here. So thank you for listening to another episode of the Bitcoin podcast. Also, thank you very much for listening to NFT QT and tuning in. That's becoming quite the great show.
Dude's killing it.
Yeah. I hadn't realized how passionate people were about NFTs until I really started listening to Q's show and understanding that, like, oh, that's not going away. The same way in which I was approached by Corey about Bitcoin. It's like, I think NFTs are just getting started. I think
They
that
are.
they're gonna be. I can't think of any like facts, right? These acronyms that stick around with humanity forever. Like NFT, I think is going to be one of them. Laser is one. Facts, of course, is one, which is not really. Yeah, laser's a
Yeah, it's an acronym.
an acronym.
What is it?
I don't know, but it means laser. It's like that's pretty obvious. Hold up, what is it?
You mean like
light
a laser-
amplification by the stimulated emission of radiation? That's what
oh,
laser
like
stands for.
really the word laser? I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about something in crypto. Yeah, for sure.
No.
No. I was just talking about like things that get adopted. I've lost StreamYard. Oh, there we go. Things that get adopted by humanity, like that are like, I don't know, acronyms or something weird. Like, I don't know, like DM. Everybody knows what DM means now. I used to have 2 years ago. I had to explain that to everyone. I was like, yeah, I DM this person. They're like, DM.
It's
And
so
I'm like,
dumb though, because like the concept of NFT, the problem that I have with this, and we can maybe keep going a little bit, is that like what an NFT is is incredibly generalized. Like the definition is a very generalized thing.
Mhm.
The standard is even generalized, and it's probably more specific than it needs to be based on what the concept of an NFT is. Yet, what do you think about when you hear NFT?
man,
Picture.
I don't
Just
think
picture.
a different thing.
Fucking picture.
Yeah, I don't think that.
I ultimately think of
Most people do.
CryptoKitties. I take it all the way back to
Most people
CryptoKitties.
think picture, and they associate the word NFT with picture online.
Yeah.
That's why the save as right click meme is so prevalent for critics, because they only think it's a unique picture. It has nothing to do with what the actual technology is. I mean, it's partially, but like it's one aspect of it. And so that's why I have a problem with is people associate these types of things. And so when you start talking about the myriad of use cases with NFTs, they're going to be very difficult to intuit those things or understand them because they stuck in this paradigm of it's a picture.
That's why education is very important.
Yep. Maggie had a
Dad.
tweet that was a
Thanks, Dad,
banger.
down.
He was like, music NFTs are going to be known as NF3s. And I was like, ooh, yeah, maybe. I was like, ooh, that's catchy. That's catchy right there. If MP3 can catch on, then NF3 can too.
Yeah, codec. The name of a codec caught on. It's an interesting one.
Isn't it weird how humanity's just like, yeah, we're going to take that. That's something that we like. We like that. MP3 makes me feel good.
JPEG, PNG, they're all image
No one started using
compression.
JPEG. Maybe kids, but like, I don't think my mom knows what a JPEG is,
Nope.
or the difference between like a JPEG, PNG, SVG, all that stuff like that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she was into computers.
I wish more people knew what a CSV was. Business world, I'm talking to you. Send me another PDF, and I'm strangling somebody. I need.
You know how hard it is to
able...
extract data from a PDF? It's awful. It's the
well,
worst.
It's gotten a lot better. As long as it's in rows and columns, you can go into Adobe Acrobat Pro or whatever. And
I'm paying for software.
You can export. I do. I pay $15 a month.
I am paying for
7 times a year.
software.
I need to turn a PDF into an Excel spreadsheet so I can do that. And then I'm like, could you send me a CSV? And they're like, CSV? What? Anyways,
you send them let me Google that for you link for what is a CSV.
Even that's been bastardized. I don't know if you've seen that website lately. It's basically an ad farm. Let me Google that for you. Yeah, it turned into a shit show. Anyways, we're gonna wrap this up. Please become a patron at patreon.com/thebitcoinpodcast. That's gonna change here real soon, but you can still get in before the change, baby. The other things that we do are Slack. Now I'm really proud of this Slack at this point. You know, we started Slack as a way just to talk to the people that listen to the show. And now it's grown into a community. There's 881 people in there. There's about 80 to 120 people that talk in a week, even though it doesn't seem like it. It's a whole lot of wallflowers. Engagement is going up. We even have engagement in the bear market, which didn't used to happen. The last time we had a bear market, everyone was like, yeah, I'm out.
Man, we boomed during the 2017. our numbers went through the roof.
Yeah.
And then when it went to 2018, 2019, it was crickets. I mean, like
Yeah.
the community that we actually care about stayed. And the
Yeah.
people who were in there were like, what should I buy left? Thank God.
Yeah. Probably 5 people in there went all in on crypto, and I hope they're still working at McDonald's. But no, I'm kidding. Community's growing pretty well, and now you can see we're evolving that by trying to create something called DAO, where we can even gate it and protect it that much more, right? We're protecting what's been built here, and that's a community where you could come and learn and grow, and just maybe just maybe. Are you working in a job that sucks balls? Does your job suck and ergo your life? Do you want to change that because your life is sucking? Join the TBP Slack. Get a better job. Yeah, it happens for people. They join the Slack, they talk about, they learn about, and next thing they know, they're like, I never thought I'd make this much money in my life, and I'm doing crypto, I'm having fun, I love it. My skin is glowing, I'm having more sex with my wife. It's like you join the Slack and like your life just changes, right? I figured out how to roll a burrito finally. Like we're hearing it all. I can wrap Christmas presents crisper now. We're like, yeah, it's because you joined the Slack. We told you this whole time.
100%.
Yeah.
Hundo.
I made beer. I never knew how to do that until I joined the Bitcoin Slack. So the Bitcoin Podcast Slack. So, join up. You'll never know what happens. We talk video games and music and crypto. So that's all I got. Oh, shout outs. Can't forget that. Never quite
Can't
got
wait
those.
for this to be over.
Yeah,
we're not doing this and hashing out.
Yeah. You better damn bet we're not. Doja Cat, doing your thing, girl. We see you dancing and singing. Jason Derulo, nice beard, not so nice hair. Who's next? Elizabeth Pugh, you're really showing up in a lot of movies lately. Good on you. Oh, Father of the Year, Nick Cannon. He's pumping out more kids than ants. An old long neck, wide smile, Zoe Saldana. You're looking good, girl. All right. What's next? That it? All right. I think that's it. We could just play the outro now. We could play